My apologies, I had to take a little bit of time. I had an announcement. I'm getting to the French teacher. Just for confirmation, please, sir. Monsieur, I have 10,000 there and I have that there. Please confirm whether the statements are saying were true. If they're not true, I'll go for my money.
That would be difficult.
Yeah, the one who said treasury, that was correct. But I didn't say
that. Bro, you're lucky. My friend, pass that money, it can reach me from here.
Then
pass that 10,000, it can reach me from here. Here. I'm waiting for it. Bro, walisha shirikiano, kuna hela nyuma hapo utapata pasenti moja. Hebu ipeperushi kidogo ifike juu hapo. Ukishika kutoa hela kwa sababu wewe ni meku, alafu umepewa dada hapo wakindi ukae naye. Kama ni kwa dada na anakuambia usi nani? Who's writing? Okay, that's nice. We all have to remember that the official language for these sessions and for the rest of the sessions is English. So please bring your English with you in here. Don't forget it in the rooms in the hotel. Please ask it for it not to leave you just behind that door. Just come with it. And please bear with us. Sometimes, we understand. For example, me, I studied Kimanga Primary School. Shule ya msingi Kimanga. So sometimes, you understand. Because sisi tuliosoma shule ya msingi. For those who studied primary school, please wave your hand. Primary school. Primary school, oye. Primary school, oye. Yeah, good. Shule za msingi. Mliosoma skuli mpo. Na kuna watu wamekuja na urojo ndani. Mliosoma skuli mpo. Sasa mjitahidi Kiingereza mnacho. Siache blangoni bwana. After this, there's nothing beautiful than that, that Zanzibarian English. Hivi tunakubaliana There's that Zanzibarian English you hear. Are you from Zanzibar? Usianze kukata nchi. Dada, tutapeleka jina lako kwa boti, tashindwa rudi wewe. Haya, Wazanzibari tusimame tusalimie. All those who came from Zanzibar, please stand up and wave. Turn around. Yes, perfect. You already spoke, Doctor. Then let's hear her English. Amesoma skuli Chambia Wima, wale wanaofahamu. Anakalia dole. Anapiga sana mkuu yake. What you can tell us just a little bit with phrase. I would love to hear that, that accent, that Zanzibarian accent in English. She's a bit shy. So look, men tafadhali msimwangalie sana. Karibu.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Fatma. I'm from Tanzania. Thank you.
Waheshimiwa ngeni wanajua sema hivi. Alafu wanasema mheshimiwa mtasima baadaye. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm told our guest of honor is ready. May we rise and give him a very big round of applause as he approaches the high table. Makofi tafadhali. Asante sana. Please, another round of applause to you. Yes. Thank you. We can take our seats. our dear guest of honor, Dr. Mwinyi Talib Haj, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Prof. Emmanuel Mr. Tiso Dos Santos, UNESCO Head Office Representative, Mr. Kelvin, the Youth of United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Philemon Molekwa, the Coordinator, Tanzania International Model United Nations General Assembly 2020, Ms. Hortensia Nuru, Youth of United Nations Chairperson, Ms. Aikansia Buro, Manager NMB Northern Zone, Honorable President of the Tanzania International Model United Nations General Assembly, Honorable Secretary General, Honorable Head of Drafters, all the representative guests, ladies and gentlemen, and media personnel, I recognize the presence of Plan International. Dear honorable delegates, good morning once again. I take this opportunity to welcome you all in this 2020 General Assembly to be conducted in here. We are happy that you've made and you've taken your time to come and share with us a number of other things. Our guest of honor has arrived and we thank him for that. He has come and he will share with us a number of other things, and we are proud to have him. Please give him a round of applause. Now, according to our schedule, we're going to have a welcoming remarks and the overview of where we are from our host, Professor Emmanuel Luoga. Please, another big round of applause to our professor as he comes to talk to us. Karibu sana. Asanteni sana kwa uvumilivu wenu. Please translate to your neighbor if he or she does not understand. We are sorting out something, but we will go straight with the next on the schedule. We will be having a speech later for our host. Now, I believe our coordinator is ready for us. Few things about this man. Those who have been with him know how much he has had time to sleep to make sure all of us are here today. So, a very big round of applause to our coordinator, Mr. Philemon Molekwa. Trust me, I know, even big people, they know this guy very well. He's been on their pitch for, he's been there always, we have this event, and you can tell from the smile from Madam that, now she can give you a poster at LMD as soon as you can hear. Please come and talk to us and tell us what you have to tell us. Makofi kwake tafadhali. If you have a mic.
Dearest guest of honor, Dr. Mwinyi Talib Haji,
Deputy Secretary of Ministry of Foreign Affairs and East Africa Cooperations, Mr. Tino Dos Santos, UNESCO Head Office and Representative, representative from Plan International, representative from NNB PLC, Ms. Ikansia Muro, Manager NNB Northern Zone. Dear delegates, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Philemon Maleka, the coordinator of Tanzania International Model 2020, all protocol observed. A very warm good morning to everyone. Welcome to 23rd Tanzania International Model UN here in the Eastern region of Tanzania, Arusha. I'm grateful to have you being given this opportunity to say few words. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the government of the United Republic of Tanzania, United Nations, NNB, PLC, Nelson Mandela, representative from Regional Commissioner Office, and all organizing committee. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Honorable Chief of Guests, the UN family, ambassadors, speakers, moderators, and all distinguished guests. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, today's event is a unique opportunity to connect and interact on our regional most crucial issues and debate on how young people can make a difference. Important concepts and ideas will be brought to the surface on some of the most pressing to-dos of our time. Young people can make a difference for a sustainable future. I'm delighted to warmly welcome all the distinguished participants who have traveled from all regions of the world. We have representatives from Cameroon, we have representatives from Nigeria, we have delegates from South Sudan, Burundi, Kenya, and all over the world at this important meeting. I also thank and welcome the resource person, representative from various national mechanisms, commissions, parliament seats, research institutions, and government organizations who have come to share their knowledge and experience with our esteemed participants and ensure an outcome that is grounded in this conference's concrete reality for the development of this nation. Youth of United Nations Association Tanzania is proud to host this 23rd Model of UN. This flagship event has empowered young people across the world and providing them opportunity to practice their diplomatic and leadership skills through debates and discussion governed by United Nations rules and procedure. Model of United Nations is a simulation of United Nations General Assembly, UN Security Council, or other multilateral body, which can pass youth in the world capacity and negotiation. In Model UN, youth step in the shoes of ambassadors of UN member states, the better known as the delegates. In Model UN, we prepare draft resolution, strategy, negotiate with supporters and adversaries, resolve conflicts, and navigate the UN rules and procedure in the nearest mobilized international cooperation. Dear ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 pandemic has taught us an important lesson about ourselves as a human community. We are interconnected with and dependent on each other in ways we did not fully understand before. My health and well-being are dependent on your health and well-being. And the same principles applies beyond the borders and regions. Indeed, our collective health defines the health of business and economies across the nation. This year, Tanzania International Model United Nations was supposed to take place from 29th of March to 3rd of April. But since the rise of the COVID-19 pandemic, we made the decision to postpone the event for the safety of our participants and all possible partners. But now the situation has come a bit here in Tanzania. That's why we schedule a new date of this Model of UN, which has started today from the 9th of September to 2nd of October. And this year things you through in creating the future that we want. As you can clearly see, dear guest of honor, this theme of you through in creating the future we want derived the representation of United Nations when different nations adapt the Sustainable Development Agenda 2030, with 17 goals to transform the world. We will focus indeed in the review goal number 3, number 5, number 8, number 13, and number 16. These 17 goals are good health and well-being, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, climatic action, and peace building. And those are sustainable development goals which cut across the thematical areas: the involvement of youth in cycle-economy paradigm, the engagement of youth in peace building, the role of youth in advocating gender-based violence and sexual reproductive health and right, but also youth skills for decent work and employment. These thematical areas will allow participants to come up with innovative ideas on how to tackle these aggravating issues by 2030. And this will inevitably create some of understanding youth responsibility to achieve SDGs. It's fact that youth plays an important role in the progress and development of our nation, as they constitute a majority portion of the total population of the country. Not only in Tanzania, but in the world there are about 1.8 billion young people between the age of 10 to 24, the largest youth population ever. Many of them are concentrated in developing countries. In fact, in the world's 48 largest development countries, children, adolescents make up majority of the population. Too many of these young people see their way to poverty, discrimination, lack of information. But with proper investment in their education and opportunities, these young people's ideas and innovation could transform the future. Youth are the future of our nations, and they represent the most dynamic section of the population. On the other hand, there are 3 key elements that contribute to the progress of the nation. And these are education, employment, and empowerment. A nation develops a steady of pace when youth are country are educated and education is put in the right use. The government must take deliberation in force to provide right education to the youth in order to make them think logically, rationally, and open-minded. This will help them act in a responsible manner and move to the progress of our nation. Providing employment opportunities to the employed and unemployed youth is also very important fact. Lack of employment opportunities can lead to social unrest. Therefore, it is vital to empower the youth to take a charge of their lives. It is important to promote their rights and involve them in a higher, lower decision-making process. It is important to channelize the energy of intelligence of youth in the right directions. The young people are full of ideas and have an effective source of energy to put their ideas into practice. They have strong opinions and do not fear voicing them. Youth are up to date with current happenings in latest technology. So, they are very suited for various jobs. Youth today are ready to take risks, face challenge, and try hard to achieve their goals. They believe in themselves and the abilities to turn their passion into professional, which makes them more successful. Youth want this nation to be a better place. They can fight against social evils, corruption, inequality, or terrorism. They can use social media and other platforms to raise voice against issues such as gender equality, sexual harassment, religious issues, etc. They don't blindly accept the nation of unfair human. Today's youth are bringing positive change in the society. They make sure that they are seen and heard. So let's voice our incredible ideas in this conference, the liberation of United Nations. Our voices matters, and they will be shared with the United Nations on our final resolution of this auspicious conference. With these few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to extend my sincere appreciation to my incredible team, the vibrant young people from different backgrounds, jointly and dedicatedly working together to make sure this conference is possible. Thank you so much, my team, and it's no doubt that without you, we will not make this thing into reality. To all participants, it's my hope we will utilize this conference to maximize diplomatic and leadership skills for sustainable future. Together we can. If not now, Once again, I welcome you once again. Thank you for coming on this TM 2022. Another applause, please. This is the future we want to create, a generation of the youth that have this confidence of standing in front of a big, large crowd of people and being able to express. The theme of this year is Youth, Rock, and Create Future We Want. Please be part of this theme. Make sure you create a better tomorrow, a tomorrow that you wish to see, a tomorrow that you want to keep to live in. Makofi kwa mtafadhali. Now I would like to take this opportunity to call upon our chairperson from UNA, Youth of the United Nations, Mr. Tanzania Nugu, for just a short remark. As she's approaching the podium, please give her another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, just to make the history clear, she's the second female chairperson ever since she was started. So please, this is more creation of the future we want, eh? Madam, karibu sana.
Honorable Dr. Munyitari Haj, the Deputy Permanent Secretary from Ministry of Foreign Affairs, United Nations Resident Coordinator Representative, Mr. Tilso Don Santos, UNESCO Head Office Representative, Professor Emmanuel Luoga, the Vice Chancellor of Nelson Mandela African Institute of Science and Technology, Mr. Kelvin Edward, the Secretary General of UN, Filimon Mwereka, Immune 20 Coordinator, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. In West Africa, was young. Our future rests with our paths. We are the author of our own destiny. As a young generation, we are responsible for the present and future generation we want. We all are readers of today. Our future is in our palm. It is a pleasure to speak at this year's Tanzania International Model United Nations. This is one of the largest international youth gathering in the country that brings young people from different countries together. TEMU is a simulation of United Nations General Assembly where young people aged 15 to 30 years from different backgrounds get an opportunity to practice their diplomatic and leadership skills through debates and discussion governed by the United Nations rules and procedure. For the past 20 years, since 1997, Youth of United Nations Association of Tanzania, UNA, has been organizing the Model United Nations, where participants take on role as diplomats, researchers, investigate international issues, they negotiate and debate, then develop solutions towards problems. Ladies and gentlemen, this year the Tanzania International Model United Nations focused on hearing the young people's voice on the theme Youth Role in Creating the Future We Want. Let's ask ourselves here, what does the future hold for young people today? What are their interests and aspirations? Having listened to some of the young voices here at this gathering, it is striking how similar our hopes and concerns are: good governing, employment, gender equality, good health and well-being, inclusiveness in decision-making, and peace and security. The youth are no longer only the own of the future, but also the present. Distinguished delegates, amid the current COVID-19 crisis, the immediate priority for most respondents is improved access to basic services, healthcare, safe water, sanitation, and education, followed by greater international solidarity and increased support to those hardest hit. This includes tackling inequality and building a more inclusive economy. We want to wedge open the door to youth in different opportunities through this year's theme. When looking to the future, respondents' priorities correspond to those areas where they believe things will get worse. Most participants across all regions are worried about the future impacts of climate change. Our inability to stem the climate crisis and the destroying of the natural environment is viewed by respondents as the most overwhelming medium and long-term concern. Ladies and gentlemen, so many people currently are trying to formulate different agendas on ensuring that they also participate in implementing the sustainable development goals in their communities by either forming youth-led organizations or advocating on their own, reaching the 23rd agendas of having sustainable development in all sectors. Youth today are far more connected and integrated through online and offline communications channels than ever before, and you are all often abreast of porous dialogue and discussions. You always have something relevant to say, a view, thought, or a dream, and all that is what makes you extremely relevant, extremely important. Youth have expressed their voices and taken action in the definition of the sustainable development. It feels good to see different countries bring youth delegates to the Tanzania International Model United Nations 2020. Programs has a very interesting impact on their personal development, their empowerment, their ability to connect with more marginalized people in their communities. To empower young people means giving them the tools to become even more influential, productive actors in their societies. And in order to achieve this, country need to end all forms of discrimination faced by young people, particularly adolescent girls, such as forced and child marriage and sexual violence. Young people such as yourselves are already driving innovations in science and technology, making conscious choices that are drastically influencing patterns of consumption and production and mobilizing to make companies, organizations, and governments more socially and environmentally responsible. Distinguished delegates, I would like to call upon governments, development partners, and other influencers to all come together to enact policies that should promote and engage young people as partners, beneficiaries, and implementers in achieving the sustainable development goals, leaving no youth behind, because they display the perfect projection of our future. If youth make up the highest unit of our population, it is youth encountering most problems. Youth can bring peace and can bring violence. It is an undeniable fact that the future of every state lies in the hands of its young generation. With such plausible respect, every nation should turn eyes on empowering and encouraging education in the 21st centuries. Leadership skills and employment upon youth for the well-being of that respective nations. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, youth must be at the center of achieving the 23rd agenda for sustainable development and transforming our world we are living in and in shaping the world that will be inherited by 2030. With your support, commitment, and passion, we all will succeed in achieving our planet 50-50 by the year 2030 latest. If we do want to have a better future by the year 2030, we have to urgently invest in those who will create it, and that is us young people. You now create leaders of today and not tomorrow, and always volunteerism is our spirit. Thank you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Madam Dina Chairperson. Asante sana. Now I have the honor to bring our Vice Chancellor, Professor Emmanuel Woga, who is our host today. And we're here for the second time. For those who were here before, we were here in 2017, and it was all lovely as it is today. So please give him a very big round of applause. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. Thank you. Dr. Mwenyi Talibu Haji, the Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who is also serving today as the guest of honor, Mr. Tirso dos Santos, head of UNESCO office and the representative of the UN, Madam Potensia Nuhu, Chair of UNA. I also recognize the presence of Plan International in this conference, Madam Akansia Moro, Manager NNB, Mr. Philip Philemon, Coordinator of the team 2020, all members of UNA, all members of Timon, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Yeah, as a worker, I'm the Vice Chancellor of Nelson Mandela African Institution of Science and Technology. So basically, I'm your host here. Yeah. It's really a very great pleasure to host such a big group of people, particularly the youngsters. My task is very simple, is to welcome you, which I have already done. And second is to give an overview of this university. I know most of you youngsters, you are potential students to this university. So let me take this opportunity to brand our university so that at least you know where you are and what we are offering here at Nelson Mandela. Yeah. So the idea of starting this university was conceived by the late Nelson Olusegun Mandela, the former president of South Africa. We all know that how Mandela was a statesperson and also a wise man. In one of the African Union meeting, he gave this challenge that in Africa we have a lot of natural resources, but we don't have enough manpower in science and technology to marshal these resources, to convert these natural resources into products and services. And that's why there is a lot of poverty in this continent. So he called upon Africa to start, a network of institutions dealing with the science and technology. And this idea was well conceived by the World Bank, and it came to realization of 3 science and technology universities in Africa, and one of them is this one here, centered in Arusha. So our mandate for this one is to cover for the East African region, including Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, also Ethiopia, Mozambique, Malawi, Zambia, and we also recruit students from other neighboring countries which I have mentioned. So we have now 3 universities under the network of Nelson Mandela, as I alluded to before. The other one is African University of Science and Technology, which is based in Abuja, Nigeria. And the third one is the International Institute for Water and Environmental Engineering. This one is based in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. So we have 3 partner institutions in the continent. But the idea is, as I said before, was conceived by Nelson Mandela. So our university basically is a research-based university. And to make sure that we maximize the use of research, we compromise that we don't admit undergraduate students. We don't have bachelor students in this university. We only admit masters, PhD, and postdoc university, students. And I understand your interest is how the youth, are championing in the implementation of the the Millennium Goals, SDGs. I'm proud to say that at this university, out of the 17 Millennium Goals, we are implementing 12. So it's almost 70% of the goals which we implement here in our schools. We have 4 schools. One school deals with the life science and technology, and this one deals with the 5 Millennium Goals: life before water, life below water, life on land, food security. So it addresses the issues of no hunger is one of the goals, good health, and also issues of climate change. You know the challenge of climate change and how it evolves around the globe. With the second school is called Material, Energy, and Water and Sanitation. This one deals with the 3 Millennium Goals. One is clean water, sanitation. We are also addressing the issue of renewable energy and the materials which lead to building infrastructure. We have the third school is called Computational and Computer Sciences. This one deals with the 2 major Millennium Goals, but these 2 goals, they cut across the profile. One is on quality education, and this quality education is achieved through ICT. We have a very strong school at ICT here, and also issues on the industries, because most of the industries now, particularly in fourth revolution of industries, most of the industries are embedded with the computerized systems. So we take care of that. And the last school we have here is called the Business Studies and Humanities. This one deals with the issues on gender equality. Gender equality is one of the goals, and also poverty eradication. In this school, we also try to prepare our students for self-employment, for them to be not seeking for employment, rather than sources of employment. Our motto is academia for society and industry. We are doing a lot of innovations, and those innovations normally we don't shelve them. We take them out there so that they can serve the interests of the society. So apart from teaching and learning, we are also doing a lot of research. And our research, as I said, they end up into innovations, and innovations are transferred to the society. We have 4 centers of excellence in this university, and this one we obtain them very competitively, and they assist us a lot in capacity building for the university, including empowerment of women. We have almost 30% of our students as women in this university, which is one of the highest in this country. So these centers of excellence, this is where it's like powerhouse of our research. We have so many partners outside the country and inside the country to further our goals. And one issue with which we place a lot of importance is on the PPP, public-private partnership, with a number of MOU which have been signed with the private sector to make sure that we collaborate with them. And our main challenge is to be able to show that research results are impacting the society and the industry through the SDGs, as I mentioned before. And I know I can talk a lot, but I don't think it's not on my side. So once again, let me welcome you to Nelson Mandela, and I wish you a comfortable stay. Mandela, and thank you very much for your attention.
Makofi tafadhali. Thank you very much, sir. It is usually a very big honor to always have been hosted at the university. I believe we have a number of other few or more people who want to join the university. So please, okay. So those who want to do masters in here, please wait. For science people, I know some of you mathematics is a big problem. So wale wanaotaka kufanya masters hapa, stashahada ya juu, hamna. Those who want to become professors, yes, please. Round of applause to you. I would want to become a professor someday, but I don't think it will fit in this science. I will be a professor somewhere else. Maybe I'll be just longer, take up and I don't know why the bloggers are associated with the professors. So, to those who are looking for future husbands, please, and if you see them blogger coming up, just understand it's more associated with academics, and most probably the man might become a professor. So if you ever wish to marry a professor someday, please look on the left from blogger. And I believe they're from Songea. Is it, eh? So, thank you very much. Once again, a round of applause to him. Thank you for your continuing to help us. And now, let's go where the money goes. LMB, oye. LMB, tupo. LMB, viva. Okay, so in the house today, we have an honor. We've been honored to have our dear guest, Ms. Tanzania Muro. You definitely have to show me the tribe. The channels are also associated with the money. So she'll come and talk to us just briefly. Karibu sana.
Naibu Katibu Mkuu, Wizara ya Mambo ya Nje, mwakilishi kutoka UNESCO, viongozi wa Umoja wa Mataifa mlioko mahali hapa, viongozi wa UNA kiongozwa na Madam Mutesia, mkuu wa chuo cha Nelson Mandela, wafanyakazi wenzangu kutoka benki ya NMB, wageni waalikwa, mabibi na mabwana, habari za asubuhi. Kama ambavyo nimetambulishwa, mimi naitwa Tanzania Muro, ni meneja wa benki ya NMB kwenye kanda hii ya kaskazini, ambayo inajumuisha mikoa mitatu. Kuna mkoa wa Arusha, kuna mkoa wa Kilimanjaro na mkoa wa Tanga. Kwa hiyo nitumie fursa hii pia kuwakaribisha sana Arusha kwa sababu ni eneo langu la kiutawala. Lakini pia naomba kwa niaba ya uongozi wa benki ya NMB niweze kutoa shukrani za dhati kwenu waandaaji wa mkutano huu kwa kutukaribisha sisi benki ya NMB kuwa washiriki na kati ya wawezeshaji na watoa mada katika mkutano huu. Tunafahamu kwamba huu ni mkutano wa muhimu sana kwa vijana, kwa taifa letu, lakini pia kwa dunia nzima, kwa sababu vijana ndio dira ya maendeleo ya sasa na ya baadaye, na tunatambua pia kwa kupitia vijana tunategemea kupata viongozi wa nchi yetu, lakini pia tunategemea kupata viongozi kwa ajili ya benki ya NMB ambayo ni benki kuu katika taifa letu. Leo nimepewa dakika chache tu za kuweza kuwasalimia kabla ya kuleta mwakilisho ambao wenzangu wataendelea kutoa katika siku zijazo. Lakini napenda kutoa machache ya muhimu kuhusu benki ya NMB na ushiriki wake katika vijana. NMB ndio benki inayothamini zaidi vijana na imejikita katika kutambua nafasi ya kijana katika ujenzi wa benki. Na huku vijana wengi hasa wale wenye vigezo wamekuwa wakipata ajira kwa wingi katika maeneo na idara mbalimbali ndani ya benki. Na mfano tu mzuri leo mtaona tumeambatana na wenzangu kutoka benki ya NMB. Kama hamtojali, naomba msimame kwa dakika chache tu. Hawa vijana ambao wameambatana hapa ni viongozi wakuu wa idara mbalimbali za benki ya NMB. Kwa hiyo ni ushahidi tosha kwamba benki ya NMB inathamini mchango wa vijana, na mimi mwenyewe mmoja wenu mnaona nimepata nafasi ya kuweza kusimamia kanda kubwa katika benki hii. Ndugu washiriki, NMB tuna program za vijana ambao wako vyuoni kuja kufanya kazi kwetu. Programu hii tunaita graduate trainee, ambayo wanafunzi anayechukuliwa anaweka katika uangalizi maalum na kufundishwa mambo mbalimbali kwa miaka miwili, na baada ya hapo anapata ajira. Mpaka sasa kwa mwaka 2019 na mwaka 2020 zaidi ya vijana 50 wameshanufaika na programu hii. Tukiwa tunatambua umuhimu wa mafunzo kwa vijana kabla ya ajira, kila mwaka tunatoa nafasi zaidi ya kuchukua vijana wenye sifa kuja kufanya mafunzo ya vitendo, huku tukiwapa mikataba ya miezi 3 mpaka miezi 12 ili kuongeza nafasi yao ya kupata ajira aidha kwenye benki yetu ya NMB au kutoka kwa waajiri wengine. Pia tunapokea vijana kwa ajili ya mafunzo wakiwa vyuoni, yani field attachment, na zaidi ya vijana 300 wananufaika na mafunzo haya kila mwaka. Ndugu washiriki, benki ya NMB imekuwa ikishirikiana na serikali katika juhudi za utatuzi wa tatizo la ajira nchini, na mwaka 2019 benki yetu iliingia makubaliano na TAESA ambayo ni Tanzania Employment Service Agency kwa ajili ya kuandaa vijana kabla ya muda wao wa kuanza kutafuta ajira. Hivyo vijana wanapata mafunzo wakiwa vyuoni na pia ajira ndani ya benki ya NMB. Ndugu washiriki, kwa haya machache yanaonyesha jinsi gani benki ya NMB imejikita kwa vijana na lengo ni kuifanya benki ya NMB kuwa ni benki chaguo la kwanza kwa vijana, kwa huduma na hata kwa ajira. Na kwa siku hizi zote 3 tumeweka meza yetu na booth pale nje kwa ajili ya kutoa elimu zaidi, lakini pia kuweza kufafanua kwa undani hizi program ambazo nimeziongelea hapa. Nitumie fursa hii kuwakaribisha sana muweze kupita na kujipatia elimu hiyo. Baada ya kusema haya machache, nitumie fursa hii tena kuwashukuru na niwatakie kila laheri katika mijadala mbalimbali itakayofanyika itakayojadili kwa kina kuangalia namna ya kutengeneza future ambayo tunaitaka kwa vijana wa nchi yetu na dunia nzima. Asanteni sana.
A very big round of applause to her, please. Thank you, NMB always continuing to support the youth. And actually they say we have an exhibition table and have a booth, and we'll be having them for the rest of the week. So if you have any other questions, please bypass to those few places. You'll see, you get to know a number of opportunities that we have. Thank you. Makofi tena tafadhali. Now it is with a great honor to bring to the podium Mr. Tiso dos Santos, his name. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. UNESCO Head Office and Representative. A round of applause to him.
Dr. Mingi pronounced it correctly. And he said dos Santos. That's how we say it in Portuguese. Tiso dos Santos. Well, Dr. Min Talib Haji, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Professor Emmanuel Ruoga, Vice Chancellor of the Nelson Mandela University. And I take the chance, sir, to thank you very much for hosting this year's celebration of the modern UN. Mr. Philemon Mweleka, I see him here.
Okay.
Congratulations for organizing such
But sometimes, yes.
It shows your strength, your leadership, but also your ability to work with a very vibrant team that I recognize here. Ms. Hortensia Nuhu, congratulations also, because you are part of this movement. I congratulate you and your team for the role you have played in the modern movement. Ms. I can see Amuru representing the NMB. I heard that you so I want also to thank you for your sponsorship of this. Ms. Esther Laisa, a representative of Plan International. Dr. Hassan Abbas, or his representative, as a spokesman for government of Tanzania. I take also this moment to thank our sister agency, UNICEF, that along with the sponsor when I was given a speech to read. But this is for me a very emotional moment. And I think I would better just say what I feel. I was saying that it's a very emotional moment. There, my mind raced very fast, very 30 years. To the day I left my country and a young boy running UN in another country. At that time, 30 years ago, I left Maputo in Mozambique to go to Zimbabwe to serve in the United Office there. You know, when I come here, when I'm at this moment here, and I see all young people like our months, I feel that there is hope. I learned that although when you join, you have a close to this flag here. You cannot take your flag away. So even though you go on a business, you see not in the land. And so your reference wherever you are serving, I will go. Also learned that the more people you have in those organizations, the more the account is strong. fair. We stand for ourselves. And it is good to see you there. And it is because I know that the church, I know that, there are things that those are there. You don't know, and you may be able to sort of show you that there is such thing as geographical distribution. Is Tanzania or not Tanzania? And in history, we find that Tanzania is not women. No better person to support you, Tanzania to get to the website than the people. We are holding this session today as we hold the 75 years of the United Nations. As our friend here, the coordinator of people, say, we are doing so in a moment that the world is in crisis. The world is facing COVID. And it's important to be in solidarity with those that have fallen prey to COVID, but also to be conscious to protect ourselves. So we are, by the way, luckier here in Tanzania than in many other countries where right. So lucky that we were able to organize this session. By doing your activities, you need us. You need the United Nations. And to be able to lead it, you have to learn how to do function. You learn what is the general authority, how it takes place, who needs what, where. Anything to do with it. You also understand what before that role you had open there. We are now developing what we call sustainable action goals. Where we start, where we start, we are not. We are not. They have a lot to do because they can run. If climate change happens and gets worse, who will be different more than you? Not us, we are already out of the way. As human beings and so is achievement. That is to say that you play a very important role. Taking with your constituencies about the dynamics that take place in Louisville. Because we should make them to be able to remind. We should make them to be able to think about their future and how they want. By the way, I understand that the celebrate whose role is to be able to what future. Are we representatives of the future, or do you like us even to change the way we live? able to be so that is a very important role that we get in play. So very important that you young people play in shaping the future that is yours. We need to increase the level of consultation. So that the decisions, the agendas that we grow are reflecting what we need to and what we think is necessary. That is why we have launched a survey on the future and we urge you to realize not only your constituency but through the other youth that are people serve. That is where be able to know what to do.
Thank you very much. Asante sana. Tafadhali tumuongeze makofi. It's usually comfort when you speak the things that you want, what your mind wants to say. Asante sana. Thank you very much for reminding us on what we are supposed to do. We believe we are the future generation, so everybody must take and play part to make sure we create the future that we want. And thank you for reminding us that we need to make a number of other follow-ups in our Foreign Affairs Ministry. Please open the doors for us. We'll be coming, our personal will be in the forefront to come and knock the doors so many times. Please bear with us as many as time as we come. And I want to say one thing because we have a number of other great and brilliant minds and great leaders in here. So I hope when we come, and as he has said, you show us the way. Please hold our hands, tell us where to pass, and make sure that we together, make sure we do this nation together. Asanteni sana. Sasa, I would have to have a very brief remark from Plan International. So I would welcome the representative, Mr. Oscar. Please, a round of applause, Mr. Oscar. Oscar Kimaro, he's a Kimaro mama. He's also from this end where the money rolls. And he's representing Plan International. Please, Mr. Oscar, Karim.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Mambo. Sante, thank you so much for this opportunity. Nafurahi sana mara zote. I'm really happy when I meet my colleagues and actually we talk some of the things that are relevant to us. And as a representative from UN has said, this is really an opportunity for us to clearly map that road that we want to see as our future. So, hongereni sana for being here. And as Plan International, we really appreciate that young people are now taking lead into discussing and addressing the challenges that they face. So, Dr. Mwinyi Talib Haj, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Tiso Dos Santos from UNESCO, Professor Emmanuel Loga, the Vice Chancellor, Yuna Chairperson, coordinator for this event, Timu, Mr. Maleka, delegates, honorable delegates, good morning. First of all, before I speak further, I really wish to thank God for this opportunity for all of us to meet here, and actually in this proximity. I know the UN representative has said we are really lucky as a country to be in this position and have this kind of event with this kind of proximity, while the rest of the world is actually in crisis. So, hongereni sana, and actually we thank God for that. Also, on behalf of my country director, I would really like to thank the TIMON coordinator and the entire organizing committee for bringing all this together, because it's not easy. Hongereni sana. Plan International has been in Tanzania since 1991, and our focus area has been mainly on child rights, and we've been extending our focus to the point now we are also including young people through our interventions and areas of our focus. So we have been working with the government of Tanzania. We've also been working with other partners like UN agencies and the private sector, and also the young people, to make sure that we are at the forefront of change and development in this country. And I realize there are also members of this delegation who are coming from other countries of Africa and other parts of the world. We also have presence in all other countries as well. So we have been working in the areas of child protection, areas of water, sanitation and hygiene management, education, adolescent sexual reproductive health and rights, economic empowerment, youth economic empowerment specifically, and actually the emergency response. I see some colleagues from Burundi as well, so we have been working with them, and actually some of the colleagues who are in the refugee camps in Kibondo, Luta, Mtendeli, and Nyarugusu, to make sure that those young people who are actually in those kind of places are also accessing their rights, are also able to achieve whatever future that they want. Despite being a child rights focused organization, as I said, we have actually transformed into a youth-led organization, and since then we have been extending our support to youth empowerment. So we've worked with the youth specifically in programs of Awakening the Future, and the so-called called VUCA, which is actually creating a bridge for young people to move from one stage of life to another improved stage of life. And we've also actually made sure that young people are at the center of whatever we're doing. We believe young people are the torchbearers of external and internal as a country and global development processes. We have as well been working in the areas of child protection, as I said, addressing some key issues like female genital mutilation, issues of child marriage, issues of teenage pregnancy, and other forms of abuse, which are actually targeting girls in communities. And we've been working together with the communities on this to make sure that we address the issues. So we will continue actually to call for partners, all of you who are here, to work with us and other members, including the government, to make sure that we address these challenges which are facing mostly girls in the communities where we come from. Plan International is really willing to continue to support this kind of events, to continue to work with young people. And actually, you young people will tell us what to do, because you know how we can address your challenges better than we as an organization or other institutions which are here. We believe in you, and we believe you have that power, and still you can make change happen and actually achieve the future that you want. And I particularly believe in this kind of conference. The resolutions that are coming out, or the resolutions that will come out of this kind of delegation, will definitely not be the resolutions to be implemented by the government itself or the UN agencies themselves. It's all of us. So please make sure that we also have access to the resolutions so that they inform our planning processes, they inform our business, they inform whatever we are doing, because you know much better the future we want than even us. Thank you so much, and really appreciate it.
Thank you. Another round of applause to our planning international. Our planning international has been on the forefront since has been late, and we are proud and we are happy. Just to tell you, Mr. Savannah, with the organization, UNA, it has brought a number of other youth that are really making this country great. I'm going to give you a very simple example of some of us who have been in the UNA, but they're now working in different sectors. So we have Nancy. Yeah, thank you very much for having Nancy here. Obrigado. Dos Santos, obrigado. Thank you for having Nancy. We have Yemi. They have Grace here. Grace, you can wait. She's from Yuma. These are people I'm telling you from Yuma. So those who are coming for the first time, get inspired, get to know things. We have Monsieur Jason. He's working with the UNDP in Zanzibar. He's also from Yuma. And another of you, did I forget anyone? No, eh? Irene. We have Irene. She's from Yuma, and she's working at Plan International. Please, Irene, let's stand up and wave. Sylvia, my apologies. You see, I'm confusing you with your sister.
So this is Sylvia, and she works at Plan International. And please, there are some few zeros. I believe they're paying you more zeros. Your boss sees you how much you're working, and we have Rahim who's working at what is that again? Global Fund. These are the people who also give funds. So we were funded before, now they're giving fund, and I'm sure they've worked with the government a number of other times. So just to mention a few in history, those who want to get more empowered, get more inspired, there's future, and there's a lot that we can do as youth, and we're continuing to be doing that. Now, it is your turn. Jamani, namba tumwimbie ba 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 baba huyo. Baba yetu we, tunampenda ye. Mbona kwenye kumpenda msemi? Mimi nishawaambia niko mstari wa mbele kuelekea Wizara ya Mambo ya Nje. Wengine endeleeni kutoimba hivyo hivyo. Karibu sana.
Nikushukuru sana MC. Nadhani umenipachikia. Mr. Tirso dos Santos, UNESCO Head Office and representative here in Tanzania. My brother, Professor Emmanuel Luoga, the Vice Chancellor, the Nelson Mandela African Institution of Science and Technology. And also I recognize the presence of Ms. Hortensia Nuhu, Youth of the United Nations Association Chairperson, but also other leaders of UNA and Timun. I recognize your presence here. Indeed, I would like just to recognize the presence of Ms. Ikansia Muro, NMB Manager, Northern Zone, and also Ms. Desta Laisa, representative of Plan International, and other representatives from different institutions and organizations who are present here. Indeed, I would also would like to invite you, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. You know, to be the last sometimes is a bliss, but sometimes it isn't like that. Much have been said by my colleagues here. But indeed, I would like to thank you all, Luoga, for the red carpet welcome and the red carpet treatment that you have given us all. Thank you. At the outset, and on behalf of the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs and East African Cooperation, I would like just to convey our message, particularly our delightment on being given opportunity to participate in this occasion. We are much more delighted to be and to join you in this youth gathering. On behalf of the government of the United Republic of Tanzania, I wish to welcome you all to Arusha, and particularly those who are coming from abroad. We have a saying here in Tanzania that the sign of rain is clouds. Then automatically, this gathering is an early good sign that youth should and must be engaged in national development agenda and the processes in order to create their own future. Much has been said, and mostly when I look about the participants here, is beyond 50-50, if you come to the point of counting, all of you. Women are many, and that shows the readiness as a nation, as the world, that we are ready to go together to plan the future that we want. And much have been said. What has passed is too much. That is the word of, I think also Ngugi. What has passed from us is too much to be passed over in a sentence. We need to talk to plan the future that we want. That's why we are here. Don't hesitate, and I do believe that's why I commend, therefore, the organizers of this event for their persistence in ensuring that the conference take place. I was told that it was supposed to be held on much earlier compared to the session that we have it now. However, it was postponed due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Nevertheless, we can now say that the conference is convened at the opportunity time as it coincides with the 75th session of the United Nations General Assembly, and I believe this will be a great opportunity for you to expand your knowledge and exchange ideas. Dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that some of you have traveled from far to attend this year's Tanzania International Model of United Nations Conference and had to take several precautionary measures against COVID-19. And some could even participate due to the lockdown in their respective countries. However, I want to reassure you that Tanzania has taken all the initiative controls in a way of stopping the spread of this pandemic. And much has been said. It's a lucky for us. Gathering here the way how we are, without taking all other those precautions that others can't gather the way how we have gathered here, is a blessing, and we have to say thank you to Allah. Indeed, and based on that control of the spread of the COVID-19 in Tanzania, whereby we can see a lot of countries and societies are suffering. Therefore, during your time here in Arusha, for particularly those who are coming from outside Tanzania or outside Tanzania mainland particularly, to participate at your free time, and would like to invite you to visit and enjoy the touristic attractions within the region here. Dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, in the next few days and within those 4 days that have been told by the Madam Chairperson there, you'll be engaging in serious discussions and debates on different global issues, including the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, as what have been said by Mr. Dos Santos. And in September, as we all know, 2015, when the world leaders met and pledged not to leave anyone behind, they also mean that everyone should be taken on board and that we should all play our part, including the youth. During the conference that I have mentioned earlier, you will be, within that conference, you will be discussing the involvement of youth in the circular economy, civic participation, and peace building. We can't deny again, you have other issues that we're going to just come to the point of discussing within this conference, including youth role in advocating gender-based violence and sexual reproductive health and right, as well as youth skills for decent work and employment. Therefore, I'm pleased to note that the chosen theme for this year's conference, which is youth role in creating the future we want, this illustrates that you have recognized your role and importance in the development agenda. You have to keep on moving, to keep on going, to keep on discussing and debating a lot of issues which are supposed just to be discussed with you in order of making sure that you're building the future exactly that you want. The significance of youth is not only acknowledged at the national level, but also at the global level. I am proud the United Nations Secretary General for the launching of the Youth 2030 United Nations Youth Strategy in September 2018. The strategy is means to guiding the United Nations to empower the youth and ensure that they achieve their full potential, as well as participate effectively in the implementation of the 2030 agendas. Dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, the government of Tanzania in particular recognizes the importance of the youth to the development, since they make 1/3 of the total population here in Tanzania. Vijana oye. Therefore, it is through engaging and working with them that we can have a peaceful society and development for all could be easily achieved. To achieve this, the government ensures that youth are always engaged in maintaining peace, and I underline. To achieve this, youth are always, government ensures that youth are always engaged in maintaining peace, security, and political stability of the countries. Various strategies have also been put in place to solve challenges that the youth face, including in the including in the aspect of education and also the aspect of employment areas. For example, that I could give you a very simple example. The government of Tanzania has overseen the provisions of free education in primary and secondary schools, whereby the government has already spent or is spending approximately 1.1 trillion Tanzania shilling since 2015. As a result, enrollment in the primary education has increased from an average of 1 million students in 2015 to 1.6 million students in 2020. And the number of students in ordinary level education was also increased from 1.6 million in 2015 to 2.1 million in 2020. Enrollment to vocational educational training has also increased from 170,000 in 2015 to 226,000, while the enrollment to the university has also increased from 65,000 in 2015 to 87,000 in 2020. In addition to that I've said, the way how we have been engaged and they have been empowered to come to the point of realizing their true future that they want, the government has also increased funds for provisions of higher education loan from Tanzania shilling 348.7 billion in the financial year 2014-2015 to Tanzania shilling 450 billion in the financial year 2019-2020. Further, to ensure inclusive and meaningful community participation in the development, local government authorities allocated almost 10% of collection from their own resources based on the revenue for economic empowerment activities for the registered groups of women, whereby they're supposed to allocate about 4%, and for the youth, they're supposed just to allocate 4%, together with the persons with a disability who are supposed to be given 2%. That's automatically come to the point of seeing the essence of bringing up and modeling youngs to come to the point of realizing the role that they're supposed to play now, but indeed preparing for the better role that they're supposed to play in the future to come here within Tanzania. Dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, the government is funding construction of large-scale development projects, such as the ongoing construction of the Standard Railway Line, SGR, construction of the Mwalimu Nyerere hydroelectric power plant that we all know, and construction of Uganda-Tanzania crude oil pipeline, just to mention a few. All of those kind of a thing, apart from the intrinsic benefit that we can easily realize from those projects, automatically these projects are creating many kind of employment opportunity, and that couldn't just take out and waver out about the youth. Youth are also coming to the point of benefiting. Dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, there are also strong measures by the government to fight corruption and tax evasion with the aim of ensuring that there is a good governance, respect of the law of the country, justice and equality for all. Serious initiatives have also been undertaken in mobilizing resources, building infrastructures, and promoting social services such as health. For example, the government has increased health budget from Tanzania shilling 31 billion from 2015 to Tanzania shilling 270 in 2020. There have also been the construction of 1,769 health facilities across the countries. These are just some of the interventions made by the government to ensure that youth are not left behind in the development process of this country. All these efforts not only promote economic growth, but also provide employment opportunities in the country. Through our commitment, we have already achieved the lower income middle status earlier than the anticipated year of 2025. It is without doubt that the youth in the country are also benefiting, but indeed contributed toward those success that we have reached out of the time is what we have planned. Again, Tanzania, I would like you all to know, and you all know, as I have every reason to know, to believe that you know, Tanzania is preparing for the general election, which is scheduled to take place on 28th October 2020. The campaign are ongoing, and we are optimistic that election will be conducted in a peaceful and fair manner. This is not only an opportunity for the youth to exercise their right to vote, but also foster public awareness and engagement. Dear participants and ladies and gentlemen, we want to empower our youth with the necessary skills so that they can become responsible, adult, and make constructive contribution to the society. It is only by working together this can be achieved. And by the way that I've been told, the gathering here is including participants from different countries within the world. For sure, good minds stay together. By virtue of you being here, having discussion later on, debating in different agenda and ideas, automatically at the end of this particular kind of conference, which is going to be a 4 days conference, you will come out with the resolutions which are very constructive in a way of just coming to the point of advising not only the United Nations or UNESCO, whoever, but even the government. You could come to the point with very good ideas where you could incorporate within the policy that we have, but with the way how we believe, with the population that we have in this country, could easily, and you are easily contributing to the development of this country. Therefore, during your discussion in the course of the meeting, I urge you all participants to take full advantage of this gathering to hold frank discussion, aiming at achieving positive way forward and for networking and advancing the youth agenda globally. The government of Tanzania remains open to collaborate with you, particularly, specifically, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And I'm very proud, of course, being sent by the Permanent Secretary just to be the guest of honor in this event. I'm a part of you, of course. Even sometimes when I come to the point of having an opening remarks like, ladies and gentlemen, I say, better say dear brothers and sisters. because I believe I'm part of you. So for sure, we are welcoming you to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And we are there, as that of Head of Office of UNESCO, Mr. Tirso dos Santos has said, that we are a link. You better utilize us fully. We are a link, we are a bridge to bring you to the true world that you want. You better utilize. Even I have been told, I have been appointed there for this particular post hardly like 2 months is something now. But I have been told that my colleagues and the head of department participated in the earlier kind of conference of your organizations. But again, so after that particular conference, what's so special? You should come up with the resolutions. You should work on those resolutions. You should materialize those resolutions with a way how you think that could be the better way. And wherever there are those resolutions connected automatically with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, indeed, anytime come to us, anytime write to us, because here's what you have said. We are here to model you, to come to the point whereby you will be the good citizens of this country. You will be the better people of this country. You will be the better people in this world. Tanzania, we are not isolated, kind of island. We are part and parcel of this world. And from you, with that gathering, including a lot of people of different destinations, automatically we are looking forward to make sure that we make the future and play the role that is what has been said by the theme of this particular conference. So therefore, what I would like to say before you is my concluding remarks is that let me once again thank you all, first of all, for coming, especially who are coming from abroad. And I wish you very fruitful discussion through those kind of idea and agenda that you have come to the point. Indeed, at the end, I would like once again, I would like all of you to remember that this world is for us. So let us make this world is the better place for you and for me and for the future generation, is the quotation of Michael Jackson. Therefore, with these few remarks, I would like to declare, and that is one among the responsibilities that I've been given. After giving those remarks, then I have to officially open it. So therefore, with these few remarks, I would like to declare this conference is officially open. Looking forward to see you discussing. Thank you.
Asante. Asante sana. Mheshimiwa, before you leave, asante. Jamani, before you came in here, we were discussing some few things, eh? Zanzibar, oye. Zanzibar tupo. Did you hear the accent? Did you guys hear the accent? I was telling you before, there's this accent in Zanzibar. Have you heard the English? Eh? So, what was Zanzibar msituangushe? Just to tell you, next time also, for those ladies who are not yet married, the doctors, the Munyis, Dr. Mwinyi, and we have the other doctor, Mwinyi there, so watch out, the names that you're selecting. Ninaomba, today I'm going to do something a little bit, should I say this backwards? Usually, when we have meetings like this, we have conferences, we discuss a number of things, and dear brothers and sisters, you are going to get our resolutions. We'll definitely have to bring them to you so that you see what we've been discussing. That is one. But two, I'm going to give you my business card. If you feel interested somewhere, maybe you can give me a call. I would come. I would definitely come. This is one. Two, I am going to ask for a picture with you. We look alike mostly. And because I am not going to go downstairs for the group photo, so I am going to take mine here. And then when you people leave, I will remain with my photo. So the next time when you become the president, I say, no, this